You're now listening to the Lone Wolf
the Lone Wolf podcast.
Me and my friends have a friend called Michael. Me and my friends. Well, me and my friends have a message for you, Michael. Me and my friends. Well, come on, Michael. Push a little harder. Try a little more. Get your feet on the floor. Come on, Michael. You can make it if you want to. It's just not the same without you.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to episode 36 of the Lone Wolf podcast, titled Hoes and O's. And if you're out there wondering, why the hell did he nickname or title this Hoes and O's, I'll tell you why. As I was scrolling through Instagram, apparently something, possessed me to follow this page called Chicks on Instagram, but they posted some annoying-ass video from a podcast called Call Her Daddy that's in association with Barstool Sports, which I kind of like, but then it's another one of those pages I ask myself from time to time, what made you follow this? I'm 26, about to be 27 on December 23rd, and a lot of their shit is relatable to, college age kids, dumb, stupid college age kids, which in 2018 shouldn't be dumb because you got all this access to information, but you still choose to act like a damn caveman. But yeah, dude, these girls' voices are so annoying. Someone needs to cut their vocal cords out and throw them in the Mississippi so they can sink down to the bottom with all the dead fish and sunken cars and shit.
No, at this point, we've ruined our reputations. Our families hate us, so I might as well just own it.
Out of 10 girls that you have fucked,
8 of them faked a no.
I would sadly say 9.5.
You try to do it in unison. You're like synchronized swimming.
You're like, okay, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and come.
First of all, who calls an orgasm an O? I've literally never heard that in my life. In fact, I talked to someone last night, and she's like, yeah, she's 23, really cute girl, but I'm like, but she's like, yeah, I've never heard anyone say that either. I know you think you're being edgy and cool, but you sound like a fucking retard. Literally, no one calls orgasms O. And lastly, you say that 8 out of 10 girls fake an O. I think you should rephrase that as saying 8 out of 10 whores fake O's. I don't know, maybe if your clitoris and all the nerve endings in your vagina weren't destroyed by all the dick you've taken, then you probably have an O. And also, sex is meant to be a bonding act between two people. There's all kinds of studies that show that people who are married and love each other have sex a lot more and have more satisfaction out of it because they are comfortable with each other, they know each other's likes and dislikes, and they love each other, most importantly. But I don't want to tell you how to live your whorish life, ladies. And also, fire your sound person, please. It's not that hard to keep annoying voices like theirs to a limit. Just do a quick audio preset and you got it. And if you ever are just curious and watch the Call Her Daddy podcast, the girl on the left has a forehead the size of a windshield. For real. She needs to buy some fucking windshield wipers for her forehead when she gets sweaty so she doesn't have to keep wasting towels. Her forehead's so big it could part the Red Sea. Fuck Moses. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't want God to strike me down with a lightning bolt, even though it's not storming at all here in Alton, Illinois. And I'm just going to keep it rolling on things that are getting on my nerves lately. Yeah, this podcast, it's just going to be like a lot of my solo ones, just a lot of things I've been thinking about, just getting it out there, but also kind of modern things I'm just reflecting on and offering my points of view on them, because that's what makes me feel justified as a human being, okay? Oh, yeah. I also can't stand when people say, hey, time is a human construct, man. Okay, time is relevant depending on factors within the universe, but time is most definitely real. I feel like the only fucks who say this are the young pseudo-hippies. They're young and don't feel themselves aging. I can't wait until they get older, though, and they start to feel themselves aging, so all their unresearched theories can all just go to shit, and they'll realize their own mortality. Hey, another thing, this has randomly happened, but I just saw a young black man pull off in an Audi while I'm sitting in a 99 Dodge Neon. And I don't care. Like, I don't try to constantly focus on race. I think it's mainly wealthy white liberals who feel guilty for their place in life, that feel like they need to overcompensate for what like has been given to them by like, oh, I hate myself for being white and racism that, racism that. I think most people just want to like provide for themselves and for their family, and racism is not really at the forefront of their day-to-day life, even black people. But props to that guy. Hopefully he worked for it, or maybe he got it gifted to his family, but props to him. But yeah, according to mainstream media, it should have been me, a white male, hopping into that Audi and pulling off. And should have been him in this 99 Dodge Neon, which isn't a bad car at all. I actually like it. And being growing up blue collar and not driving the best of cars, it's kind of given me perspective. I think magically, if I become a billionaire someday, I'll try to be, one of the more modest ones that doesn't have, all these huge yachts and huge mansions and like 10,000 or 100,000 acres. And, I don't need all that stuff. But yeah, that's that. And off to another random segment of this podcast. Not really segment, rather just subject. Yeah, dude, old people need to be tested every year, like maybe every 6 months for their driving privileges. There's plenty of reasons. Falling asleep, having a heart attack, not being able to see as well as you could when you're younger. But recently I had another example of why that should happen. So, me and my precious little black lab named Buddy, we're going to Petco because it was his 3rd birthday. And as I was stopped at a 3-way stop sign, some old man takes a wide-ass turn. And at first I thought, it was just a fast turn. But that fast turn quickly turned into a wide turn. I tensed up as he approached closer. This old dude got so fucking close that through the dirty windshield of my car, I could see that he was a Vietnam vet. Like, respect. But luckily he didn't hit me. But I was shaken enough that I almost forgot to take my dog inside of Petco. But yeah, we made it in there safely. Got him a bone and a ball. We got back home. Moral of the fucking story: people are dumbasses, and old people shouldn't be allowed to drive. And this is recorded a little bit later, but I kind of did a little journal of, November 16th, my dog's 3rd birthday, and this is what it said. It's been a good day. I walked my dog 7 miles to start off the day, then got him some gifts. Michael Bublé came out with a new album, which, by the way, if you want to give me shit for liking Michael Bublé, do yourself a favor. Go home, look up stuff to make a plaster mold with. Get yourself nice and hard. Use Viagra if needed. Make a mold of your cock. Then take that mold and fuck yourself. I'm a fan, and I'm not ashamed of it. In fact, I'm such a big fan that I fell victim like a fucking idiot to the hype of pre-sale tickets. Ended up buying a ticket that was way too expensive. I just thought that they wouldn't get cheaper than they were during the pre-sale, but boy was I wrong. And also, I planned on going to see my buddy Jason McAtee. I probably should have, but it was at a bar, and I just don't really care for bars. It's actually a pretty cool bar. It's called the Raging Cajun, and it feels like the inside of it feels like you're on Bourbon Street. But and Jason, I hope he's actually, well, he probably actually will be a future podcast guest on here. This guy is just absolutely incredible. I used to play baseball with him, actually, and he was a soft-spoken guy who kind of just let his results speak for themselves. But I had no idea that he had vocal cords crafted by angels. But yeah, if you get a chance, check him out on wherever you listen to music on. I'm going to play you a little something by him here.
Ain't no devil gonna drag me down. Ain't no devil gonna drag me down. He may try, but I'm standing on solid ground.
If you like that and you thought, man, this guy's got a good voice, his name is spelled, first name's Jason, but McAtee. It's MCATEE. Yeah, and man, show him some love. The guy deserves it. Not only is he a fantastic artist, but one of the sweetest guys I've met. And, he takes his faith seriously. He loves Jesus, and that's just another reason to the many of why I respect him. But what's next? I'm going to New York City in December. Can't wait for that. The only place I've been to that's even close to that is Chicago, which is like I mentioned that on my past podcast. It's about a 4.5 to 5 hour, depending on delays, train ride north to Chicago. Or to, you know what I meant to say. But now there's about 4 times more people there, but it's only about 100 square miles, which I know, like, only 100 square miles. It's quite a bit, but it's not like 500 square miles bigger. And I found that getting around Chicago is pretty easy. I'm only going to be there for 3 days, but I kind of wish I would have stayed for like 5 to 7. Yeah, and I'm going to be there during Christmas, which is, I think even if traumatic things happen in my life, which they will, I'm losing parents, this and that, I think I'm still going to love Christmas. I think people who are Grinches are nihilist, and I kind of am angry with them. It's like, dude, why do you got to take all these things that are meant to be happy and people find so much joy in and take a shit on them because you're miserable? Go cry alone in your fucking room, you piece of shit. But yeah, back to Christmas in New York. There's so much I want to do. Like, it's ridiculous. All my days are absolutely packed. I want to go to the Rockefeller Center. Obviously, it's called Top of the Rock. Empire State Building, World Trade Center. Basically, all the touristy stuff. Times Square. Statue of Liberty. Jesus. But like all 3 of my days are just my itinerary, which I usually don't make. It's just filled with stuff, and I'm not even factoring in wait time once I get to these locations. But I think I should have done about 5 to 7 days so I could really just soak in everything that I could do there, at least as far as like touristy stuff goes. I want to, do some non-touristy stuff too, like visit kind of certain beautiful streets and take pictures of those, and go to restaurants and this and that. Just do the whole New York experience. But yeah, that's December 11th to the 14th, and I'm going to have a blast. If you follow me on Instagram, and if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, I'm going to absolutely blow up your feeds with hopefully, some awesome pictures, which I think I will. I got a pretty good camera. I just need to get some ND filters for the daytime so I can get better exposure, which I can just order those tonight or whenever this podcast publishes. I'll probably have them ordered by then. But yeah, I'll blow up your feeds with my pictures. And by the way, if you follow me on Instagram and you see like pictures and you're like, you can't really make out what it is, if I like a picture enough and I like it's usually like a wide shot, I'll post a grid of it because I just think you pull so much more detail out of the picture rather than just posting this small compressed square. And I don't know, you just notice a lot of the nuances when you post like that on Instagram. The only problem is you have to visit my profile to kind of get the sense of what the picture is. Because if you're just scrolling through your feed, all you're going to see is like this weird kind of like pixelated corner of something. You're like, what the hell? Like, what made him post that? But yeah, it'll be blowing up your feeds, like I said again, and I will also probably do a podcast about that. I want all my senses to be elevated. I want to really just take it in, learn something there, have some perspective, have some introspection, try some food, experience a little bit of culture, even though it's in the United States. Yeah, I'm just really, really, really looking forward to that. Alrighty, and here's the second section of this podcast, which I recorded at a later date. It's actually Thanksgiving, so yeah. But today wasn't bad at all. I got a good leg workout in that I'm probably going to hate myself for tomorrow. Wanted to get a run in as well, but I didn't get up early enough because I'm a lazy piece of shit. I'm glad I got the workout in, though, so I didn't feel like a disgusting piece of shit for eating all the Thanksgiving food. Which I actually didn't eat that much, to be honest. I mean, I had more pie than I should have, but I wasn't like one of those Jabba the Hutt looking motherfuckers you see just creeping their way up to the buffet at the Golden Corral. Speaking of Thanksgiving, let me bring up another reason why leftists are the new Jehovah's Witnesses, on top of being pathetic. Here's an article from comicbook.com about a scene from Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Because, yes, leftists can never just think about the present and the future. They constantly got to look for ways in the present and in the past to be oppressed and to, I don't know, they're just so pathetic. They got to look for any reasons they can, and even if that means reaching back far into the past, such as Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving. But here's the article. The meal: buttered toast, pretzel sticks, popcorn, jelly beans, and an ice cream sundae is served at a table in the backyard. And while all's well that ends well, with everyone ending up invited to Charlie and Sally's grandmother's meal, it's the seating arrangements at this unusual dinner that has some fans on social media heated. Franklin, the one and only black friend in the group, is seated by himself on one side of the table while the other is crowded with the rest of the friends. On top of that, he's sitting in a lawn chair as opposed to everyone else's proper furniture. I swear to God, anything that is a national holiday, these miserable fucking cunts will conjure up a way to find something that is problematic, which is like one of their favorite fucking buzzwords. I just think that's really problematic, and I just speak and upspeak, so I'm just so much morally upright than you. I mean, they're just so fucking miserable with their sad existence that they want to guilt trip us into being just as miserable as they are. Well, I say fuck that. I will enjoy my turkey, mashed potatoes, and whipped cream featuring pumpkin pie, because that's the only normal way to eat that. People who eat pumpkin pie without whipped cream are fucking sociopaths and shouldn't be trusted. But going back to my personal Thanksgiving, I forgot to mention that I got to see the Lions versus Bears and the Cowboys game today. Michael Ford of the Lions and Ezekiel Elliott, but you should know who Zeke is if you listen to this. If you don't know who Ezekiel Elliott is, he's like one of the best running backs in the whole NFL, and he's the running back for the Dallas Cowboys. But yeah, both Ford and Zeke are both from Alton, so it's kind of cool to see two guys from my hometown living their dreams via football, while I am sitting there stuffing my fat face. But yeah, I figured I'd keep this one short and simple. Thanks everyone for listening, and remember, all you people who shop, go Christmas shopping on Thanksgiving night. It's not worth killing someone tonight to get a half-off TV that won't be relevant in 3 to 5 years. Have a great night, and I'll see everyone next episode.
It was a night, oh what a night, it really was such a night. Oh, the moon was bright, oh how bright it really was such a night. Oh, the night was alive with stars above. When she kissed me, I had to fall in love. It was a kiss, ooh, it was a kiss, it really was such a kiss. Oh, how she could kiss, oh, what a kiss, it really was such a kiss. Just the thought of her lips set me afire. I reminisce, I'm filled with desire. But I gave my heart to her in sweet surrender. How well I remember, I'll always remember. Oh, what a night. Oh, it was a night, it really was such a night. Came the dawn, and my heart in love, and the night was gone. But I'll never forget a kiss in the moonlight. Oh, such a kiss, oh, such a night. It was, really was such a night. Oh, the moon was bright. Oh, how bright it was, it really was such a night. But I'll never forget the kiss in the moonlight. How well I remember, I'll always remember that I gave my heart to her in sweet surrender. How well I remember, I'll always remember. Oh, that night, oh, what a night, it really was such a night. And when we kissed, I had to fall in love. Well, she's gone, 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 yes, she's gone, gone, gone. And look, gone, 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 and my love was gone. But before